There's a subtle but powerful visual shift that often happens during weight loss, one that goes beyond the number on the scale. The body starts to look more proportionate. It's not just about getting smaller. It's about revealing the natural architecture underneath. When excess fat is reduced, especially in areas where it tends to accumulate unevenly, the body's original blueprint starts to shine through. That waist-to-hip ratio? It reemerges. That shoulder line? It squares up. The legs, the arms, even the neck start to match the proportions your skeleton was always trying to flaunt under the fluff. What's striking is that the human brain is very tuned into proportion when it comes to visual appeal. We might not all agree on ideal body types, but we're wired to appreciate balance: shoulders to waist, hips to thighs, legs to torso. It's the harmony of these ratios that often makes someone seem more fit or toned, even if their weight isn't at some textbook ideal. When fat loss trims down areas that once dominated the body's visual impression, say, the midsection, the thighs, or the upper arms, it creates a smoother, more symmetrical silhouette. Suddenly the shape looks more deliberate, even if nothing new has been added. You're not becoming someone else, you're just subtracting the noise that was interrupting your body's natural rhythm. For many people, the appeal of improved body proportions isn't about conforming to rigid beauty standards. It's about feeling more comfortable in their own skin. Clothes fit differently, better, yes, but also more predictably. That dress that used to ride up or the shirt that clung in odd places now flows or drapes the way it was meant to. Pants stop bunching at the waistband. Belts become functional instead of decorative. And all of a sudden, your reflection starts agreeing with how you feel inside. Aligned, put together, less chaotic. There's a kind of quiet joy in that everyday ease. Muscle tone, too, starts to take the spotlight once fat is reduced. You don't need to be a bodybuilder to benefit from this. Even mild toning becomes more visible when there's less padding to cover it. That's why someone might go from looking soft and undefined to athletic and confident without gaining much muscle at all, because the muscle that was already there finally has room to say hello. Shoulders get a bit rounder, arms look firmer, and calves start showing shape where there used to be a blur. Your posture often improves as well, thanks to stronger core muscles and less strain from excess body weight, which makes you literally stand taller and project more self-assured body language. There's also a kind of psychological optical illusion that happens when body proportions improve. Even if someone hasn't reached their goal weight, once their body begins to move into balance, they're often perceived as fitter or more attractive by others. That's because the visual brain stops getting distracted by imbalance or asymmetry. A person's walk looks smoother, their gestures more fluid, their clothing more complementary. Proportional harmony gives off a vibe of health and coordination, and we read that unconsciously as vitality. And yes, improved curves, whether you're gaining them or refining them, often come along for the ride. For many, weight loss brings the waist in slightly, accentuating hips or chest in a way that feels more sculpted and less blocky. For others, it's the way the lower back starts to define itself, or the gentle taper from the ribs down to the pelvis. These aren't necessarily slim features, they're just clean, confident lines that suggest the body is working with gravity, not fighting against it. And honestly, who doesn't want their outline to look like a well-designed sketch instead of a blurry watercolor? At its best, weight loss doesn't create beauty, it reveals proportion. It reintroduces you to your own architecture and lets your natural frame take center stage again. It's not about becoming a different shape, it's about becoming your shape, only with the clarity turned up. And when that happens, people often look in the mirror and feel something they haven't felt in a while: alignment. Not just between their thighs or their arms and torso, but between how they feel inside and what they're starting to see on the outside. That, more than anything, is what makes the transformation feel real.